One.
So that's it, huh? We're the patsies. We're some kind of suicide squad.
All my friends are heathens, take it slow. Wait for them to ask you who you know. Please don't make any sudden moves.
Welcome back to the Real Screen Team. I'm Andrew Thomas. I'm back with my partner in crime, Christopher Johnson.
Hello, everyone.
And we're continuing our journey to the Snyder Cut with Suicide Squad. And we both saw these in theaters when it first came out.
Yeah. It was a very interesting experience.
Yeah. I liked some of the parts in the movie.
Oh, yeah. We're definitely going to get into that.
So you want to go over the overview or the making of Suicide Squad?
Certainly.
Yeah.
Suicide Squad is a 2016 superhero film based on the DC supervillain team of the same name. It's the third installment of the DC Extended Universe. The film was written and directed by David Ayer and stars an ensemble cast including Will Smith, Jared Leto, Margot Robbie, Joel Kinnaman, Viola Davis, Jai Courtney, Jay Hernandez, Aldoe Akinoye Agabaje.
What was it?
My apologies if I said the name wrong. Scott Eastwood, Karen Fukuhara, Ike Bernenholtz, and Cara Delevingne.
You want to go into the synopsis?
Well, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. After the death of Superman, a secret government agency led by Amanda Waller recruits imprisoned supervillains to execute dangerous Black Ops missions and save the world from a powerful threat in exchange for clemency or reduced sentence.
So, what was your first impression when you first saw the movie?
Initially, I actually did enjoy it, but I could tell the movie was a bit of a mess.
Yeah.
What truly made the movie enjoyable were the performances by the cast and the music.
Yeah. The soundtrack is awesome. Yeah, when I first saw it, I really enjoyed it. It was also came out the same time that Deadpool came out, so I kind of thought of it more as kind of a DC Deadpool-esque sort of thing.
With also a bit of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
I really think that's what they were trying to go for with this movie.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're getting music by like the Rolling Stones, the Animals, what other songs did they get in this? Queen.
Yep.
I mean, you kind of see where they're going with this.
Yep.
And also the fact of this whole camaraderie of the team.
Yep. Should we talk about the characters?
Yes.
Yep.
You definitely got to give it up to Will Smith playing Floyd Lawton, a.k.a. Deadshot.
Yep. He was a pretty much, I think, other than one of the other Suicide Squad members, is the most sympathetic. Even though he was a trained killer, you could still relate to him, even though he was a trained assassin for hire.
He essentially tries to disconnect himself from what his job is. You know, you still see the fact that there is some humanity in him. And in cases, he doesn't like the fact that he does what he does, but he knows because he's good at it.
Yeah.
That's how he's able to make a good living.
Yeah. And he cares a lot about his daughter.
Yes.
Not so much about his ex-wife, but about his daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You definitely have to give it up for Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn.
Yep.
I mean,
she actually fit the role pretty nicely.
Yeah. She has perfectly encapsulated what Harley Quinn is.
Yeah.
As a character.
Yeah.
And I think she definitely gave the character some justice.
Yeah. And we got to see that classic Harley Quinn, at least for a brief second in the movie.
Yeah, we actually got to see her in her classic attire from Batman the Animated Series and early in her time in comics.
Yep.
So it was nice to actually see that.
Yep. And her relationship with the Jared Leto Joker is really interesting.
Yeah.
It's a little different compared to the animated version.
Or the comics, in which Joker tends to see her more as a means to an end.
Yeah. Here it looks like he actually cares for her.
Yeah, which is... It's not too far out of left field. There have been moments where Joker truly has shown that he loves Harley.
Yeah.
And that scares him because he's the Joker. He's not supposed to care about anyone, not even himself, really.
Yeah.
So the fact that he would actively care for someone is out of character.
Yep, but we'll talk about the Jared Leto Jokers later.
Yeah.
But who else?
My God, Viola Davis.
Yep, Amanda Waller. She could pretty much pull. I could see her play in any kind of incarnation. I could even see her doing the voice for her.
Yeah, because she perfectly encapsulated that cold, I take no nonsense from no one type of demeanor Waller has.
Yeah.
And also the fact that Viola Davis was willing to go with her natural hairstyle for this role.
Yep.
Which sometimes is a bit of a touchy subject for some actors.
Of course, it's also Amanda Waller's fault that the plot goes to it in the first place.
Despite of how intelligent she is, she did not think of contingencies for the possibility of one of the members going rogue.
She became the Batman v Superman. Basically, he's not having a contingency plan of when you have to mess.
Yes. And you definitely got to give it up to Jai Courtney.
Yep.
This man has had a rough go when it comes to some of the roles that he's played.
Terminator.
Yeah. Wasn't he also RoboCop?
I think so.
Yeah, it has not been a good go for Jai Courtney, but he finally found the role that goes well with his acting. He found that in Captain Boomerang. My God, was he was enjoyable.
Yeah.
He really was. You know, with how serious things would tend to get, it's nice to have really good comic relief. Even though everybody kind of has their comedic moments, he was the true, genuine comic relief.
I think they're bluffing. We don't have a thing.
Oh, we can just go? Deuces. Okay, I'm back. I can't leave y'all hanging.
Yeah, him and they also tried to make him be like Deadpool with the unicorn.
Oh yeah, that was the one thing I was like, really, just let Wade have that. You don't need to give that to George Digger.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to give that to Digger. Just let Deadpool have that.
Yep. Okay. The next one.
I really like Jay Hernandez.
Yep.
As Diablo.
Yep.
You know, a reformed cholo gangster that, after horrible circumstances that happened due to his actions, you know, he's trying to turn a new leaf.
Yep.
And I really liked that.
Yep. But he was up there with Deadshot as being the most sympathetic of
Yeah.
them all in the Suicide Squad. From there, yeah, along with him saying that he refused to go use his powers to kill anyone
Yeah.
unless they provoked him to.
And I actually kind of have to give some credit to the relationship we saw between Rick Flag and Dr. June Moon.
Yep.
You definitely felt their relationship,
Yep.
despite the fact that you didn't really get to see too much of it.
Yep. There's an error cut somewhere. David Ayers.
Yeah,
cut.
yeah, yeah.
Let's petition for that. The Ayers cut.
Yeah, we got the Snyder cut. Give us the Ayer cut, because definitely the way this movie was edited is one of its drawbacks.
Yep.
What were some of the other things that you really enjoyed about this film?
I like the Rick Flag and Deadshot dynamic too. The love-hate relationship of that Deadshot was only going to save them if it meant saving their lives. Like Carly was going to let Rick Flag get taken away. Deadshot's like, no, we have to save him or else we all die.
Yeah. And just the fact of their butting of heads, but there is like a sense of respect
Yep.
to one another.
Yep.
You know, it was nice.
Yep.
Also, I do have to give them credit for the practical effects for Killer Croc.
Yep. The one that won award for the effects.
Yeah, this movie is an Oscar-winning film. Think about that. This film here, Oscar-winning.
The Oscars are picky with their films.
But hey, the makeup was great though.
Yep.
And with what few lines Killer Croc really got, Adewale did a good job.
Yep. Yep. And then, should we talk about the Jared Leto Joker?
Oh God, yes. This is a very contentious and controversial version of the Joker. Just like many others, I wasn't necessarily too keen on his look.
Yeah.
When it was revealed of how he was going to look in the film. But I was willing to give it a chance because it'd be interesting to see what Joker would be like as, you know, this modern thug-like gangster, you know. And plus it makes sense with his teeth. I mean, how many times did he get punched in the mouth by Batman?
A lot.
It would make sense that he'd get a grill.
Yeah.
But the thing I wasn't necessarily too keen on was Leto's performance.
Yeah.
It was a bit inconsistent.
Yeah.
I mean, you could definitely see he was trying to find his footing as making a unique Joker, but for some reason it wasn't clicking.
Yep.
Especially with his voice.
Yep.
I think he was trying to go a bit too Jim Carrey with it.
Yeah.
He really need to work on that. And his laugh.
Yep. Yeah.
No, that's not a Joker laugh.
Yeah. He's not my favorite Joker for real either. The only thing I did like was mainly his Harley Quinn, him and the Harley Quinn dynamic. But other than that,
Yes.
I was basically asking why is he in the movie if he doesn't really do anything?
I know. What was the point in him being in the movie if he wasn't like the major antagonist or anything? Why do we need his B plot of trying to get Harley? Why do we need this? I don't get it.
Yeah, of all the things they should have cut, they should have cut that. there, and then my favorite character, the security guard, who disappears midway through the movie. He was there, and then is never heard from again before they all go on that Suicide Squad mission.
Yeah, what happened to Captain Hunter Griggs?
Yeah.
What happened to him?
Yep.
I mean, the dude was an absolute monster. He was a horrible individual.
Especially the Deadshot on the... Deadshot and Harley.
Yeah. But, yeah, what did end up happening to him?
Is there somewhere in the Ayers cut where that he got killed? What happened?
Yeah. I mean, did Joker do something to him? Did someone else? We don't know.
Yep, mysteries. But I did like his performance even though he ended up being pointless in the end.
Yeah. Well, I think we went over some of the good things about this film. Oh, one thing we did forget. The backstory scenes.
Oh, yeah.
Actively seeing the villains do their thing.
Oh, yes, that's really cool. Although I refer to it as the video game flashbacks. You get to play Deadshot. Here's all the list of stuff he did.
Yeah, his stats.
Here's Harley Quinn. Here's all the stats that she did.
Choose your character.
Boomerang. Do.
And also, we actually got some
cameos.
Yeah.
We get Ben Affleck's Batman.
Yeah, who shows up when we go over the backstory for Deadshot.
And Harley.
Yeah, where we actively get to see Batman do Batman things.
Yeah, I was happy to see him back. That was mainly one of my highlights in watching the movie.
Yes. I mean, between that and also his big Save Martha scene in Batman v Superman, best moments of Batman doing Batman things ever.
Yep. And then we get the Ezra Miller Flash.
Ah, yes.
We actually see him in that actual uniform that he wears for the Justice League movies.
And it was actually kind of cool to see him go after one of his rogues.
Yep.
I mean, Captain Boomerang is one of his better known rogues.
Which he only did once in the TV show, and that was for a crossover with Arrow.
Yeah.
And then Captain Boomerang has never been seen ever again.
But,
those were the two highlights.
Yeah.
Even though with Suicide Squad, the video game edition.
Yeah.
Along with the effects of the big wormhole from Ghostbusters.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, let's start to get into some of the things that were bad. Yeah. The major thing. Why do we have another Skybeam portal? Stop it with that. I know it worked for Avengers. But stop it. Thank the Lord we're finally past this whole, we need a Skybeam portal to bring in some unspeakable evil or cause destruction. We had already had that with like a couple movies. This movie did not need it.
Yep.
You could have found some other way in showing Enchantress doing her thing.
Yep. Then Enchantress, who they tricked us to thinking that she was part of the Suicide Squad, and she ends up being the villain.
Yeah, she goes rogue. She's essentially the first person they pick to be a part of the squad, and she goes rogue and decides, I'm gonna go resurrect my brother that we have no backstory on.
Ayers cut.
And we're just gonna decide to take over the world.
Yep. And that they even... Yep. So many sky beams and stuff. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that was left open on most of the stuff.
I mean, did her brother even have a name?
I think he had a name in the credits.
I mean, we barely knew anything about...
Well, then he was played by a red shirt.
Yeah.
A guy who just...
We barely knew anything about
like Slipknot. another waste of Suicide.
Oh yeah, that one really angers me. I mean, what a
Played-
waste of
Played by Adam Beach.
Yes, good actor, and plus Christopher Wise, Slipknot, is one of the few Native American characters in the DC universe. And you waste him by making him the guy to show what happens if members of the Suicide Squad don't fall in line.
Yep.
You're going to waste him as the example.
They could have just found other minor characters
Yeah.
to do that before.
Yeah, plus his ability of being able to climb anything actively could have helped
Yep.
at times.
Yep.
The fact that the man can use any sort of contraption to help him climb up anything, that could have helped. But no. You have Captain Boomerang trick him into trying to escape, and then deep.
Yep. Then, of course, the flag moon, not much more specific. And not much with the government either. They didn't do much. They were just there to split out exposition
Yeah.
with Amanda Waller.
Yeah.
Yep.
For real, this movie should have been called Rogue One instead of Suicide Squad.
Yeah. Rogue One, the video game.
Yeah.
Yep. It was trying to be too much of Batman Assault on Arkham. I felt, but you want us to give out our scores, or you have a lot more?
No, I think we're pretty on board. Why don't you go with the score first?
I'm gonna go easy on this one, giving it an 8 out of 10. Yes, mainly because I think it was enjoyable, and also the Batman and Flash cameos kind of put it on there, and also the performances were really good. I didn't go too high because the plot. It was basically the plot. Everything else was good. Although I can't stop laughing at the video game scenarios when it comes to seeing them every time I watch the movie. And you play the Deadshot character.
Choose your character.
So
I'm going the different route here. I'm giving this a 6 out of 10.
your second 6 out of 10 in the Journey to Snyder Cut.
I know. The character moments were great. Portrayals of the characters were great. Actively seeing them do things was cool. The story, it just didn't work.
Yep.
It really didn't. I mean, it was kind of paint by the numbers. We've kind of seen this before.
Yeah.
And the fact of we really didn't get to see too much of why Enchantress is as much of a threat as she is. Especially because of her scary hula dancing. Never have I seen such terrifying hula dancing by a villain.
And turning people with the foot into the putties.
Yeah. I mean, just mindless soldiers that you just gotta mow down or beat down.
I think Power Rangers was also coming out at that time. The Power Rangers remake.
Oh, God.
If it was like 2017, so it should have been the Power Rangers remake.
So just nothing but mindless foot soldiers that whole year.
Yeah.
Aye. But, I mean, like I said, if the character moments weren't there
Yeah.
and the portrayals weren't good, this movie would have been an all-out fail.
Yeah.
If the story had been much more fine-tuned, if there was a greater reason on why the team is forming, with the possibility of maybe one of the members going rogue, that would have been good.
Yep.
But it just...
Then we're But they're trying to make it up with the sequel slash reboot of the Suicide Squad, which we wish they bring back most of the people except for Will Smith.
Well,
or
yeah.
and King Shark, or Killer Croc, should I say.
Yeah, I mean, scheduling conflicts and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely hopeful for this because you could tell that with this movie, they were trying to go the Guardians route. With the Suicide Squad, they're going Guardians because they got director James Gunn.
Yeah.
The man who's the reason why the Guardians of the Galaxy are one of the best things in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah. And before we leave, we first need Warner Brothers to release the Ayers cut.
Yes, because dear God was the editing horrible in this film. Why would you let the company that made the trailers for the movie edit the movie and then not even run it by the director himself?
Yeah. And also, before we go, we recommend, if you think we were too easy or too hard on the movie, go find us on Pack 14. Go find us on Facebook and on YouTube, the Real Screen Team, and subscribe and comment.
Yes, because we definitely want your feedback. This is all a big way to have a discussion, on all these films.
Yep. And should I roll Assassins? I'm in a much more happy.
And by all means.
All right. Well, before we go, our next movie is going to be. Before we go, we have our Dream to the Center Cut. Another Dream to the Center Cut episode coming out with Wonder Woman.
Yes, and we're actually going to have a very special guest. She'll introduce herself in that video.
But now let's go. Let's fade to black.
All my friends are heathens, take it slow.